I'm Laura Mallory. I have Trisomy 8 Mosaic, and I am excited to be here. In the words of Taylor Swift, the haters gonna hate, you know? You gotta just shake it off, you know? And you got to yell your truth, you gotta be brave. I am hoping to shout my story to everybody that wants to hear it. And I'm hoping that it is a blessing to each and every one of you.
Bill and I had just gotten married. We were a bit older doing that, and we were very excited to have children right away. We didn't want to wait. So just a few months I was pregnant, and we were excited. And the pregnancy was fine, everything was fine until the 5th month. And so we did further testing, and they could tell that there was something wrong. When we did the amniocentesis, the needle went down into me, and we're watching it on the screen, and as it went in there, her little hand sort of just reached up to, there was something, she knew something was different, like she was a person inside there, and she knew something was going on in her little bubble, you know. And that was a pretty emotional moment for us, like connecting with her, thinking of her more than just a bump, you know, like she was like this person. They did send us to a genetic specialist, and he said, you know, you are facing having a child that will have challenges. And he said that this would be the time to terminate the pregnancy. And I said, excuse me, what? You're suggesting for me to abort my baby just because there's something possibly wrong with it? And they said, ma'am, people abort for much less. And I remember looking at them and saying, well, we're not going to abort our baby. So trisomy 8 just means that the extra chromosomal tissue in her body is from the 8th chromosome. The mosaic means that it's only in some of her cells. So she's extremely special. You know, as she was developing, the things that we noticed were just a lot of muscle weakness. Her motor skills were delayed. So she's always been a little bit less stable on her feet. She didn't have depth perception with her eyes when she was very little, so walking was scary for her. Lauren's very intelligent, so she has the intelligence of her age, but her emotional development is much slower, so she's young.
So growing up with Lauren was a lot of fun. She was my best friend, and we used to have sleepovers every Friday night where we just stay up all night and kind of pretend, and we had all of these little games that we used to play with each other.
I loved playing with my little sister. I loved pretending and making up our own worlds where, you know, things like disabilities weren't a bad thing, you know? They weren't considered to be wrong. They were superpowers, like Percy Jackson.
I think the only thing that made me realize Lauren was different was she used to get in trouble a lot at school because she was bullied.
My relationship with other kids was very non-existent. I didn't have a strong relationship with any of my peers.
She does struggle socially. People don't know how to take Lauren. And she had to go to high school, and high school's tough, even if you're a regular kid. And I mean, that was super hard. I mean, within the first week of school, some kid had tripped her in the cafeteria, and things had sprawled everywhere, broke her glasses. Just, you know, high school was hard. But she made it. And she wouldn't do it a different way. I've said to her many times when we talk about the hurts and the heartaches of high school, I'll say to her, I made a mistake, I should have kept you at home. And she said, no, Mommy, I wanted to be there. I wanted to be there.
She's always wanted to experience life.
She would have rather that than stay home and not experience anything at all.
Well, Lauren is an absolute joy, just being part of our lives. I can't imagine life without Lauren, you know. She has a way of keeping us grounded. And she's just precious.
She wakes up singing. She sings all day. She goes to bed singing. And sometimes that's good, sometimes it's a lot, but it's happy. She finds her little inside joy, and we had a guy come to our home to install blinds, and Lauren was at the TV doing karaoke, singing one of her songs. And he's like, "This is my favorite house I have ever worked in. It's just so happy." She just sings all the time, doesn't she? And I'm like, yeah, she does. He's like, "I just love being here. I don't even want to leave." That's Lauren.
All right, who am I? What do I like to do? I like to take pictures. I like to draw sometimes when I'm in the mood. I like to play Sims. I love to sing. I love Clark on Stage on YouTube. I love singing with him. He makes me happy. And I thought I'd pull that plug in there just in case. In order to really enjoy a nature hike for me is to take pictures of the most minuscule things out there, you know? Like a bird landing on a branch, a deer eating a bagel, a child splashing in the fountain when his parents have explicitly said not to. Mosaic Castle Photography is my business that I run and own, and it is a photography business that's completely inclusive. I'm hoping one day to have my own studio that is more of a play center for kids with all abilities to be able to explore, learn, and have fun in a creative sense where, you know, it's not in your disability defines you, but your ability. I have found a community in our church that I'm still working on, but I have found it to be a very positive place, and I'm going to be the children's choir director. It helps me feel more, you know, comfortable in my skin. I have gotten some opportunities to hone in on my singing skills in church, hone in on my, you know, social skills and emotional growth. And I feel like that's helped me a lot to understand the difference, you know, that people that are normal can have versus people that are, you know, differently abled.
We believe, Bill and I together, very strongly that God made Lauren exactly the way she is, on purpose, for a purpose. And she's perfect exactly that way. And He sets her free to find what that purpose is. And He's going to use her in some really special way. I can't imagine us making an executive decision to put out something that God